To destroy the fixed defensive positions of the enemy, accurate and precise control of fire support was necessary. This was accomplished by the coordination of the ships with the land forces. At the target information centers, all information on enemy targets suitable for support fire was assembled, evaluated, and assigned to the appropriate ship. At the outset of the operation, the distribution of fleet elements was determined by the zones of action of the landing forces. Supporting fires were requested by the landing forces to the admiral in command of a particular zone. On Love +6, the cruiser Wichita entered Nagasuka 1, later named Buckner Bay. And on Love +9, our troops landed in the eastern islands, completing their occupation by Love +11. This, coupled with the minesweeping operations inside the bay, permitted our fire support ships to enter and deliver direct and general support of the 24th Corps from the eastern side of Okinawa. As our ships were now able to fire from both sides of the island, perfect enfilading fires close in to our troops' front lines could be executed. Due to the terrain, the support units often had to interlock their fire. In the northern zone of action, only a small amount of naval gunfire support was delivered. Due to the lack of resistance to the 3rd Marine Amphibious Corps, and because the clearing of mines could not progress as rapidly as the advance of the troops, few ships were required. Thus, by Love +18, we were able to mass our support ships off both flanks of the 24th Corps to deliver a tremendous volume of fire in support of a coordinated attack on that day. The ships delivered a heavy preliminary bombardment just prior to the jump-off, and continued this bombardment deep into the enemy's rear as the attack progressed. Again, the mobility of ships and the use of that mobility to approach and destroy targets inaccessible to fixed positions was demonstrated. But the results of this attack were advances of only 500 to 2,000 yards. It was evident that there were at least 60,000 Japanese troops still to be dug out from their tenable positions in the caves and crags so ideally suited for defense. These caves were so numerous that a single patrol investigated over 500 of them in one day. Both direct and indirect naval gunfire was called for. 5- and 6-inch fire was not effective. 8, 12, 14, and 16-inch batteries of heavy cruisers and battleships caused more destruction among the caves than a greater volume of lighter caliber fire. Although the actual point of aim was the mouths of the caves, shells landing close to the target many times produced landslides, which would seal the caves. Main battery enfilading fire was brought close to our own front lines to destroy the caves. The call for 14-inch fire, only 400 yards from the troops, proved the accuracy of naval guns in deflection. But the job of destroying these caves was slow and tedious, and continued throughout the operation.